Alright, today we're going to be talking about concussions in football, and we're going to be looking at it from an offensive perspective and a defensive perspective, and we're going to show the correct ways to tackle without injuring yourself or your fellow opponents. Alright, we're going to look at it from the perspective of the offense as he's going into the defender on a run, and watch how he makes as he goes into it. Notice how the offensive player is leading with the top of his head into the shoulder of the defensive player, and that can easily get yourself a concussion, although it might not hurt the defensive player, and we're going to show you the right way to do it. As the offensive player comes, notice how he leans with his shoulder into the defensive player, avoiding contact to their heads, keeping them both safe from the risk of a concussion. Alright, now we're going to look at the risk of concussions from the defense perspective in ways that you can not only harm yourself, but players on the opposing team. As you watch as the defensive player makes the tackle towards the offensive player, he's leading with the top of his helmet, which is making contact with the offensive player's helmet, causing both of their heads to rattle around, which can give them both the risk of a concussion. Now if you look at it again, it'll show you the proper way to tackle, which is when you lead with your shoulder into the other person's chest. That way, both their heads are out of the way, and neither of them are at the risk of a concussion. Now we're going to look at it from the defense perspective once again, because there's another way that you can harm yourself on the defensive end of the ball. As you watch as he's making a play on the ball, he's leading with his head. Although he's going into the chest of his opponent, he's leading with his head, which causes him to get a concussion, and that's the wrong way to tackle. If you watch it again, he's going to demonstrate the right way to tackle, which is still leading into the chest of his opponent, but notice how he uses his shoulder instead of his head, keeping him out of harm's way. Alright, now with the help of Jameis Winston, Reggie Wayne, and our videographer Austin Colley, you know the correct way that you should make tackles on defense and the correct way to keep yourself and your opponent safe on both sides of the ball.